Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new...
Hey, tell Steve Harvey I don't want him. Yeah.
What if everything you thought you knew about Hollywood relationships was carefully curated illusion? Because tonight, we're diving into one of the most controversial celebrity connection webs on the internet. Lori Harvey, Future, Katt Williams, and explosive resurfaced interviews involving Steve Harvey. From private jets, to viral lyrics, to old stand-up clips that are suddenly making people uncomfortable again, the internet is asking one question. Was Lori Harvey simply dating? Or was there a deeper Hollywood game happening behind the scenes? Clips of Future allegedly referencing Lori in music, Katt Williams' warning about industry control, and Steve Harvey's public parenting advice are all being stitched together online into a massive conspiracy timeline. And just when you think it's over, Michael B. Jordan enters the picture, raising even more questions about timing, relationships, and Hollywood status shifts.
I went through my very first public breakup. Now, most people after a breakup are like, I'm gonna get in better shape. But I was already in Creed shape.
I'm not doing anything that's gonna compromise my peace and happiness.
Period.
So I think just taking control, making sure you maintain your power, don't give your power away to anybody, that I feel like is the key to.
Tonight, we break down every viral moment, every resurfaced clip, and every rumor the internet refuses to let die. But remember, nothing in Hollywood goes viral by accident. And by the end of this video, you may never look at these celebrity relationships the same way again.
It's like that Katt Williams interview has just opened up Pandora's box. I mean, my goodness, man, there's so much stuff that comes. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I had already thought this because I was like, there is no way. Here's the title. Katt Williams leaks video of how Steve Harvey pimped Lori to Diddy. If you don't know who Lori is, that's Steve Harvey.
To understand why this story keeps resurfacing, we need to go back to how Lori Harvey became one of the most talked about names in modern Hollywood culture. Born into the orbit of Steve Harvey's high-profile family structure, Lori grew up around fame, luxury, and constant media attention. Unlike traditional celebrity stories, hers was never built on a movie role or music career. Instead, her public identity formed through relationships, appearances, and social visibility. Over the years, she was linked to some of the most recognizable figures in entertainment. Each connection added another layer to her public perception, transforming her into a constant trending topic across social media platforms. But what made things explode online wasn't just who she dated, it was how the internet interpreted it. Every breakup became a theory. Every appearance became a narrative. And every interview was analyzed for hidden meaning. Then came the viral comparison era, where fans began measuring her past relationships against rising Hollywood success stories, especially after Michael B. Jordan's career reached award-winning recognition. That's when the internet shifted the conversation from celebrity dating to celebrity strategy. Was Lori Harvey simply navigating young fame in Hollywood? Or was she part of a much larger ecosystem where image, timing, and relationships intersect? And that question is what keeps this story alive years later.
Do you know Future? They are saying that he was clowning Lori Harvey. You know why? Because she missed the opportunity on a good man, Michael B. Jordan. Y'all know he won an Oscar. That was a big moment. But Lori, because she want to be such a hot pocket.
The moment things escalated online was when Future entered the timeline of Lori Harvey's public story. Their relationship became highly visible across social media, marked by luxury travel, public appearances, and carefully curated posts that instantly went viral among fans. Future, already known for his emotionally complex and highly publicized dating history, brought a completely different level of attention to the situation. Fans immediately began dissecting lyrics, interpreting them as potential references to real-life relationships. In online spaces, especially Twitter and YouTube commentary channels, speculation began forming around whether certain lines in his music were indirectly addressing personal experiences. However, it's important to note that much of this interpretation comes from fan theories and not confirmed statements. During the relationship period, both individuals were seen attending events, traveling internationally, and appearing in lifestyle-focused content that circulated widely online. Eventually, the relationship ended quietly, without a detailed public explanation from either party. That silence created even more speculation, allowing internet narratives to grow uncontrollably. Years later, resurfaced clips and edited compilations began reconnecting old moments with new commentary, turning what was once a private relationship into a long-term internet discussion. And in the world of social media storytelling, silence often creates louder narratives than statements ever could.
His stepdaughter, I believe. Yeah. I mean, hey, you can date who you want to date. You can date who you want to date. Male, female, whoever I'm just saying, male.
As the future storyline faded, a new wave of attention hit Lori Harvey when Michael B. Jordan entered the conversation. Unlike previous connections, this relationship carried a different kind of public perception. Michael B. Jordan was at a career peak, widely respected in Hollywood, and heavily associated with leading man status. Their relationship was confirmed publicly and quickly became one of the most followed celebrity pairings online. Fans admired the aesthetic, the chemistry, and the public appearances that often trended across platforms. However, as the relationship progressed, online discussions shifted again. Instead of focusing only on romance, audiences began framing the relationship within broader narratives about timing, compatibility, and personal priorities. Eventually, the relationship ended, which triggered another wave of online commentary. Some users framed it as a missed opportunity narrative, while others defended both individuals, emphasizing the normalcy of relationships ending without deeper meaning. What amplified the discussion further was Michael B. Jordan's continued rise in Hollywood success afterward, which fans began comparing retrospectively to past relationship timelines. This is where internet culture plays a major role, transforming real human relationships into symbolic case studies of success, timing, and decision-making. And once that transformation happens, the story no longer belongs to the individuals involved. It becomes public interpretation.
She lost out on all that opportunity. Where's she at now? And don't forget she dated Diddy and Diddy's son. When I tell you everybody is talking about this, you cannot buy class, y'all. I don't care how much you want to dress it up with all those Louis Vuitton, Chanel. If you don't got it, you don't got it. And we know that
The internet obsession with Lori Harvey escalated again when old Future lyrics resurfaced across social media platforms, reigniting debates that had been dormant for years. Fans began clipping short segments from songs, interviews, and reaction videos, attempting to connect them with past relationship timelines. One particular verse that circulated widely was interpreted online as a direct reference to his breakup with Lori Harvey. However, it is important to understand that these interpretations are driven by fan analysis rather than confirmed statements from the artist himself. In the age of viral content, lyrics often become flexible narratives that audiences reshape based on trending discussions. At the same time, another layer was added to the conversation when an old Katt Williams stand-up clip resurfaced online. In the clip, Katt Williams is seen speaking aggressively about Hollywood dynamics, Steve Harvey, and industry behavior. The timing of the clip's resurgence made it fuel for online speculation, even though the original performance predates the current discourse by years. Social media users began stitching these unrelated moments together into a single narrative thread, creating a complex web of interpretations that mixed comedy, music, and celebrity commentary. As engagement increased, so did misinformation, with edited clips and out-of-context quotes spreading rapidly across platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. This is where modern celebrity culture becomes unpredictable. Once content enters the algorithm, it no longer stays in its original context. It transforms, evolves, and often becomes something entirely different from its origin. And in Lori Harvey's case, this transformation turned past entertainment content into a renewed wave of public scrutiny and debate that continues to grow with every repost and remix, fueling endless commentary channels and reaction videos across YouTube that continue amplifying the discussion far beyond the original events themselves today still. As the Lori Harvey narrative continued evolving online, one of the most controversial and widely discussed chapters involves her rumored association with Sean Diddy Combs. This part of the timeline has been heavily debated across social media, with many claims circulating through reposted clips, gossip commentary, and fan theories. The speculation first gained traction after appearances at high-profile events where Lori Harvey and Diddy were seen in the same social spaces. These moments were quickly amplified by entertainment blogs and social media users, leading to widespread assumptions about the nature of their relationship. However, much of the narrative is built on interpretation rather than verified confirmation. Public figures often attend the same events, especially within the entertainment industry where overlapping networks are common. Despite this, online discourse intensified when older footage resurfaced showing them appearing together at gatherings and nightlife venues. These clips were widely circulated, often stripped of context and repackaged into short viral edits. Adding further complexity to the discussion were rumors suggesting connections involving multiple members of the Combs family. These claims remain unverified and are primarily driven by online speculation rather than confirmed reporting. What makes this segment particularly sensitive is the emotional context surrounding the period when some of these events allegedly occurred, which fans frequently reference when discussing timelines and intentions. In reality, the entertainment industry operates through overlapping relationships, friendships, and professional networks, which can often be misinterpreted when viewed through fragmented social media content. Still, once a narrative gains momentum online, it becomes self-sustaining. Every repost, reaction video, and commentary clip adds another layer of perceived truth, regardless of original context. How the Diddy chapter became one of the most controversial of Lori Harvey's, continuing to fuel discussion years after the initial rumors first appeared. The controversy surrounding Lori Harvey intensified further when online users began revisiting moments involving her family, particularly her stepfather Steve Harvey, and how public appearances intersected with her dating history. One of the most discussed incidents is the reported trip to Italy, where Lori Harvey was seen traveling in the same social circle as Sean Diddy Combs, alongside members of her family. These moments, captured through paparazzi photos and short video clips, quickly became fuel for online interpretation. Social media users began questioning the nature of these interactions, often framing them within larger narratives about influence, approval, and Hollywood networking dynamics. However, what is often missing from these discussions is the context of celebrity social environments, where overlapping appearances are common and frequently misinterpreted. During this period, older interviews and comedic performances also resurfaced online, including controversial Katt Williams clips where he speaks about Hollywood power structures, industry control, and celebrity relationships. Although these clips were recorded years earlier, they were reintroduced into current discussions and reshaped through modern commentary. At the same time, Steve Harvey's public image as a relationship advisor and father figure added another layer to the conversation. His widely circulated advice about self-worth and relationship standards was often contrasted with Lori Harvey's dating timeline, creating a narrative tension across social media platforms. As these elements combined, the internet began constructing a larger theory-driven storyline that connected unrelated events into a single narrative arc. This is a common pattern in digital culture, where fragmented media, emotional interpretation, and viral editing merge into a unified but often misleading story. In this case, the combination of resurfaced comedy clips, celebrity appearances, and family associations created one of the most heavily discussed celebrity narratives online, continuing to trend across multiple platforms worldwide today constantly. One of the most discussed elements in this entire online narrative is the resurfacing of Katt Williams' old commentary clips, which have been repeatedly circulated across social media platforms and reinterpreted through modern contexts. Katt Williams, known for his outspoken comedy style and controversial observations about the entertainment industry, has often spoken about Hollywood power structures, personal accountability, and behind-the-scenes dynamics. However, many of these clips were recorded years before the current wave of discussions involving Lori Harvey and related figures. As these clips resurfaced, online users began connecting unrelated statements to present-day events, creating a narrative bridge that did not exist in the original context. This is a common pattern in digital culture, where archival content is re-edited and reframed to fit current viral conversations. The issue with this approach is that it often removes the original intent of the content, replacing it with audience interpretation shaped by trending topics. In Katt Williams' case, selective editing of interviews and performances led to fragmented narratives that were widely shared as standalone truths rather than parts of larger comedic or storytelling routines. As we reach the end of this breakdown, one thing becomes clear. The story involving Lori Harvey, Future, Michael B. Jordan, Katt Williams clips, and resurfaced Hollywood commentary is no longer just about isolated relationships. It has become a reflection of how internet culture builds and amplifies celebrity narratives. Across platforms, the pattern is consistent. Old interviews resurface, lyrics are reinterpreted, and public moments are broken into clips. These fragments are then stitched together into larger narratives that evolve with every share and repost. In most cases, context is reduced or completely lost. Timelines become compressed, and interpretation replaces verified information. This is how modern celebrity discourse turns into ongoing digital storytelling shaped by audiences rather than participants. Lori Harvey now exists within one of those internet narratives. Her name is repeatedly linked to discussions about relationships, family influence, and industry perception, showing how quickly public identity can shift in online spaces. Meanwhile, figures like Future, Michael B. Jordan, and Katt Williams are continuously pulled into the same evolving conversation, even when their original actions were unrelated or separated by years. The key takeaway is simple. Virality does not depend on accuracy. It depends on engagement. Once a narrative gains momentum, it develops its own life cycle, often detached from its original source. If you have followed this story to the end, it is important to question how much of what trends online is context and how much is interpretation. Now I want your opinion. Do you think the internet is exposing hidden truths, or creating new ones through repetition and editing? If you enjoyed this investigation, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dive Hollywood stories. Comment your thoughts below video so others can join the discussion.